comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here from a Funko Podcast, and in today's video, it's a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, today's video is a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, which those brand new to the channel, Cop Up or Pass Up is a series where I look at a certain set of Funko items and determine via detail, my own personal reaction, and the overall hype from the Funko fanatics of whether each of these Funko items are worth copping up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get. And on this edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, it'll be on the soon-to-be-released WonderCon 2021 exclusives, which the entire reveals for WonderCon were either Funko Pops or they were Funko Sodas. So we're gonna go through every single Pop and Soda reveal for this video. So kicking off the reveals were the 2-pack bundle of Scientist, Yzma, and Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove. It is so cool that we have some Emperor's New Groove Pops coming out now. I know we just got a Yzma's Cat from San Diego Comic-Con, but before that, we hadn't gotten any Emperor's New Groove Pops since the wave that came out in, I believe it was late 2018. So it's been a while since we've had a decent amount of Emperor's New Groove Pops, and I'm hoping because the 20th anniversary of Emperor's New Groove recently happened, that we get a nice new wave of Emperor's New Groove Pops. I'm really liking the detail involved with these Pops. You got Kronk with the test tube, and then Yzma looks excellent with especially the detail of the mouth and how she kind of looks very like cynical, I guess the word I'd be looking for, because she is about to do something that's very evil. And people are hyped just like I am because Emperor's New Groove is kind of one of those underrated Disney films that not a lot of people talk about. These are going to be shared to the Funko shop in the US as a 2-pack bundle, but I think these are actually going to be shared as singular Pops in Toys R Us here in Canada. So based on what I said, I think it's easy to say that these are worth copping up the money for. Now we are going to be looking at the Black Widow Funko Soda figures. So this soda is going to be shared to the Funko shop in the US and shared to Toys R Us here in Canada. This will be limited to 15,000 pieces. I feel like with this Funko Soda that I feel like more people would want to get the common rather than the chase, because people know of Black Widow in her black attire rather than her white one. So I felt like if they would have made like the common as the chase and then the chase as the common, it would have more people want to get more than just one can, because most likely you're going to be getting the common rather than the chase, since it is a 1 in 6 rarity. And I personally think that too. I like the black attire better than the white one, although the hair does look nice obviously in the chase figure. And of course it makes sense that they were going to release it at WonderCon, considering that the movie for like the third delay or whatever was originally set for, I think it was May 5th or May 7th or something like that, but now it's been delayed to July, which will be going to theaters and Disney Plus. Although I do feel like there is a bit of detail and there is a bit of hype towards it, I'm going to say for right now, passing up the opportunity to get this. Then we got ourselves Madam Mim from the Sword and the Stone, which this is going to be shared to FYE in the US and Sunrise Records here in Canada. Now, I don't know what the Sword and the Stone is all that much, but what I'm looking at right now, there is some nice detail involved. You got some nice green eyes, you got a pig nose, the nice purple hair with like the, well, it's a light purple hair, and then it's got like the dark purple and then the pink attire, which really stands out. The hype is a little iffy because once again, it is one of those kind of like underrated movies that not a lot of people talk about, but at the same time, there is a small fan base. So just based off what I've said, at the moment, I'm going to say pass up the opportunity to get this Pop. Then we got the Rocketeer Funko Soda, which will be limited to 3,000 pieces and will be shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. This thing will be limited to 3,000 pieces, and it will only be one singular can, kind of like what you got with the SDCC Tearaway Face Clown from Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's really cool that they did it in that aspect, that it's only one can, and I'm really curious because the attire, will this be metallic and it'll be one singular, or is it not metallic? I feel like it'd be a little cooler if it is metallic, but that's just me. I don't really know much about Rocketeer. Once again, I know it's one of those kind of underrated Disney licenses that not a lot of people talk about, but there is a decent fan base for it. Even though I don't know much about this and there is a bit of a small following, it is limited to 3,000, so if you get one, just for right now, I'm gonna say cop. Then we got ourselves the Artist Series or Art Series or Futura, whatever they're calling it, the Gold Stormtrooper from Star Wars. This is going to be shared to Target in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. I'm kind of digging the design of this Stormtrooper, even though that we're kind of sick of getting, you know, different Stormtroopers with different kind of like Artist Series looks instead of, let's say, for example, Season 2 Mandalorian pops for Comic-Con exclusives. But like I mentioned, I'm digging the way that they did like a dark gold for the attire, and then like they have the light gold for the Imperial logo, and then for the gun also, and then the black also makes the gold stand out with the eyes and the extra bit of detail that's involved with this attire. However, like I mentioned, the hype is just like, I don't know what to go with. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, but for right now, I am going to say passing up the opportunity to get this pop. Then we got ourselves the Miguel Funko Soda from Coco. Now, this is an example of a Funko Soda that people will want to get multiples off because the common is cool, but the chase is great. For the common, you got his normal self and he's playing the guitar, but in the chase, it's him with his hood up and he's got the skeleton body. So cool. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of these Funko Sodas because I would like to, you know, crack open some of these Funko Sodas on a future video. So that'd be really, really cool if I can obtain a couple of these. This is limited to 10,000 pieces, and this will be shared to the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada, which I keep forgetting to mention at the beginning. Based on what I mentioned and the fact that Coco has a huge fan base, cop up the money to get this Funko Soda. Then we got ourselves Diamond Collection Pokemon, more specifically Flareon and Jolteon. Now, after seeing these reveals, it basically is going to be confirmed that we're probably going to be getting Diamond Collection Pokemon pops throughout the remainder of 2021. So if anyone is expecting the Pokemon Flock pops from last year to continue this year, I don't know if that's actually going to happen. So Flareon is going to be shared to FYE in the US and Sunrise Records here in Canada, while Jolteon is going to be shared to Box Lunch in the US and EB Games here in Canada. These pops are okay. I'm not going to crap on them entirely because the Vaporeon and somewhat of the Charmander from Emerald City Comic Con that were Diamond Collection kind of exceeded my expectations. So I can't go into this saying, oh, this is crap. I mean, I hate Diamond Collection, but the Pokemon Diamond Collection have kind of exceeded my expectations so far, so these could turn out really, really good. But the fact is, we all should know about Pokemon. We all know what people say about the Pokemon pops, but ended up happening, which is why I'm going to say cop up the money to get these pops. Then we got the Sleazestack Funko Soda from the Land of the Lost, which this is going to be the lowest limited piece count in Funko Soda history by being limited to 1,500 pieces, and it will be show only and will only be available in the Funko shop in the US. I don't really know much about Sleazestack as it is. I know it's a part of the Sid and Marty Krofft Pictures Corporation, which I know MD's kind of a fan of with like HR Puff and stuff and all that. So he's probably gonna want this, but it's probably unlikely due to the fact that this is going to be limited to 1,500 pieces. Even though I don't really know much about this character and there's not really a huge fan base for it, I am going to say cop up the money for this because it is a 1,500 piece and it's probably going to be worth something in the future. Then we got ourselves the Three Musketeers Donald Duck pop, which this is going to be shared to Amazon in the US, and it's unknown if it's hitting up Amazon Canada yet. This is a really cool variant of Donald Duck, honestly. I've seen a lot of Donald Ducks, of course. He's one of the top Disney characters overall, so Funko's produced a lot of Donald Ducks in the past, but there's something about this that looks really, really cool, and I won't be surprised if they end up making a Goofy and a Mickey in the near future. But there's a lot of times where I remember there being like a decently hyped Disney pop, but it ends up becoming kind of a shelf sitter. So at the moment, I feel like this might be on clearance in the future on Amazon, which is why I'm going to say pass up the opportunity to get this pop right now. Then we got ourselves the Lil Gruesome Funko Soda that is from Wacky Races, a part of Hanna-Barbera. This will be limited to 5,000 pieces. This will be shared to both the Funko shop in the US and Toys R Us here in Canada. Now, I don't know much about Wacky Races at all, or really many things about Hanna-Barbera. There's not really much of a difference. The only difference really is like the common is purple and it's got a green bow tie, and then the chase is a white bow tie and it's red skin. I personally think the common looks a little better just because of the fact that it's got a different color bow tie and it's got a nice purple skin, while the red one for the chase, it's got a white bow tie, even though I felt like it should have been a different color. Since Wacky Races does have a little bit of a small fan base and everything that I had said, pass up the opportunity to get this Funko Soda for right now. Then we got ourselves the Atom from the Justice League, which this is going to be shared to GameStop in the US and EB Games here in Canada. This is a really unique looking pop. You got basically a 4-inch figure along with kind of like a Pop and Buddy bundle with like the smaller one to show kind of the power that the Atom has, although I don't really know much, but I'm assuming it's kind of like Ant-Man from the Marvel universe, where he'll be a bigger size and then he'll shrink to basically ant size. So it'll be like this guy and he's shrinking down to Atom size. And I kind of like the idea of like the Atom like logo that's around him, if you know what I'm saying. Plus there's a pretty big fan base for this because this is one of those underrated characters that people thought Funko would never make. So just for that and the detail and the fact that it's at an easy accessible retailer like GameStop or EB Games here in Canada, I'm giving this a cop up. Then we're going to look at the last Funko Soda for this entire con, and that is the Woodsy Owl for the Add Icons lineup, which this is going to be limited to 7,500 pieces, and this will be shared to the Funko shop in the US. This Woodsy Owl is pretty cool. I can see why people want to get multiples because it makes sense that an owl should be flocked, so it makes sense that Funko would make a chase of a flocked one. I don't really know much about Woodsy Owl, but I know there's a decent fan base for Woodsy Owl. At the moment though, even though I don't really have much of a personal reaction and there is a small fan base, passing up the opportunity to get this Funko Soda. Then the last Funko Pop and item overall for WonderCon 2021 is the Enchantress from Beauty and the Beast, and it's going to be shared to Hot Topic in both Canada and the US. Now there's a bunch of mixed hype with this because of the fact that this is a character I think that only makes it in between 10 or 15 seconds of the movie, but of course there's that hype where it's like, wow, new characters is not a repeat of Belle or the Beast or some other character that we've already had pops for before for this lineup, and it totally makes sense that they're making more Beauty and the Beast pops because this year does mark the 30th anniversary of when the movie was released. But I feel like this might be one of those pops where it could sit on Hot Topic shelf for a little bit, kind of like the Caterpillar from Emerald City Comic Con last month. So for right now, I am going to say that this is going to be a pass up the opportunity to get this pop for right now. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let me know what you think is worth copying up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get as terms to these WonderCon 2021 exclusives. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.